Welcome to this beautiful video again. We're out here doing the work of God. Not because we know Him too much, but by His grace. Because for some reason we are all called to do His work. And like every other video, this one is not different. This whole month we are going the faith way. And I'm joined by a friend, a man of God, and a youth minister. Actually, the youth leader. The leader of the youth ministry at my parent church, which is CDMI, Christian Discipleship Ministries International. Is none other than Sam Kimuli. Sam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We are going to go the faith way today, Sam.
Yes.
I like when you talk about faith because you have your own revelations which just blow my mind. And I couldn't wait to share it with everybody who's watching this video right now. Sam, how do you perceive faith?
Well, the topic of faith is something that is seen or can be seen in different perspectives. You can see it as a normal person, as a normal man, what they usually call the layman, right? But once you operate in the spirit, then you're allowed to also see things in the spirit.
Yes.
So I can give you faith in two perspectives. As the world, a person will tell you when they hear the word faith, they just imagine belief. They imagine someone being consistent or enduring in a certain position until they achieve what they set out to achieve in that position.
Yes.
But as a spiritual person, or as a person who also sees in the spiritual perspective, you go to Hebrews 11:1. It will tell you that faith is the substance of things hoped for. So many people quote this particular scripture, but do not actually go down to look at what does this mean.
They don't dig deeper.
Yes, what do these words,
Yes.
substance of
Yes.
things hoped for, what does it mean?
Yeah.
But that is where actually I think you might say that I got the revelation of my own perspective on how I see this word
Yes.
faith. Because I really took time to look at this scripture and say, but what is God really saying in this scripture? What does he mean by substance? What does he mean of things hoped for?
Yes.
Because I break it down and look at those words individually.
Yes.
So when I looked at them, I realized that without substance, you cannot have faith, right? So then
Yes.
you ask yourself a question: what is the substance that God is asking for, right?
Yes.
What are these things that are supposed to be within you to have this word faith that God is talking about in
Yes.
the scripture, right? So, as you know, there are things that you build within yourself until you have the capacity to say that I am actually this thing. There is no one person who can say that once I was dropped on the world, I was dropped with a particular character. But it's the things we pick as we grow up.
As you grow up.
The influences by
Yes.
people, the friends you have that create the person that they call you. That's why you can be at home and your parents say, we know this person, but the teachers say they know this person. Because
Exactly.
simply because you're being influenced by different,
By different
environments.
environments.
And you show someone, you've learned to adopt as a human being. We are
Yes.
very ingenious beings that you can show each person the face that they want to see.
Yes.
Right? So I learned from this that faith is actually a lifestyle. Right?
It is a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. And the more you live a life of faith and believing, that is where the substance comes from.
Yes.
Right? Because you're living not like any other person who is trying to figure out things in their own mind, right? But
Yes.
you're saying there is something I believe that is above me. There is a God, right, that is above me that I believe can make things easier for me, other than doing things the hard way like all other people do. Yes, so I think that's my perspective of faith, and that's at least the basis from which I come to say all these other things about faith.
That's
faith is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
So if faith is a lifestyle, then how does it work for you?
Yes.
How do you get to achieve through that lifestyle? How does that lifestyle come in the picture of you owning a Range Rover at some point in life, of you being successful,
Yeah.
of you touching this and it turns to gold?
Yes.
How does that work? How does it play out for you?
Well, I think speaking personally, I would say that I've been spoon-fed by God, if I can say that. That if you're talking to another person who is just coming to faith at this level, they might be like, that is too hard to think about. I'm used to organizing my things this way and doing my things this way, and then I get
Yes.
a result. So what do you mean by faith, right? But I'll tell you why I say that. It's because I was raised, or I was born into a house of believers,
Yes.
into a house of people of faith. People who lived each and every day believing for the next day. Not people who lived each and every day planning for the next day. No, believing for the next day. That is exercising faith. So I was raised with that notion, and I had it in my head, and it was it was inserted in my head
Yes.
that the next day will only come only if you believe. The fruits of the next day, what you want to see the next day, will only happen if you believe
In the now.
in the now,
Yes.
right? So and you can imagine me living that lifestyle every single day from when I was a young person. So there's a point at which you understand it in some way as a young person,
Yes.
but then the more you grow, you either drop things, because as you grow, you either drop things, or you try to understand why were these things put
They
into
put
my
into
life.
my life.
So then you make your choice, and you're
Yes.
like, I can do with it, with it or without it, right?
Yes.
So I realized that actually I was given something very important, but I have to develop my own understanding of it, so
Yes.
that when the world tries to challenge this perspective, I can defend it,
Can defend
right?
it.
Otherwise, if you do not understand this on your own, it is easy for the world to give you another perspective, and you'll go by that,
Yes.
right?
So you've lived every single day believing for
Yes.
the next day.
Yes.
And that's how things are played out.
Yes, because I'll tell you one thing. I remember something very basic. We loved cars as young kids at home, right?
Yes.
And because that love for cars came from our father, right? Yeah, our father loves cars. But I remember he could not always get the cars he wanted, right? At that particular time.
Yes.
Simply because of access to the amount of money it costed to get those cars.
Yes.
But he used to tell us one thing, that because we would move with him and say, we like that car, can you buy it? Because we thought that's how things work.
Yes.
But he would say one thing always. He would say, believe. If you have faith, I will get that car.
Yes.
So we're like, how does our faith put money into
Into
our
our
father's
father's
pockets? It's
pockets.
impossible.
Yes.
But he knew the secret, he knew the ingredient, that if one man, me, I can believe, what about the faith of me and my kids? Right? So even collective faith makes a difference.
Makes a difference.
Can move mountains. If the faith of one man can move mountains,
Then
what about collective faith?
can move mountains.
It can shift
If
the
just
whole
a
world.
house.
Exactly.
If just a family, if the smallest unit decides to put together their faith,
Exactly.
then there will be a million Range Rovers at compound. So faith, from Sam's perspective,
Yes.
is really beautiful, and I'm edified. It is a lifestyle. So do you choose to believe for the best? Do you choose not to believe for the best? It is your choice, and it's a choice you can make today. We hope you're blessed by this message. God bless you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like and hit the bell icon for more of these uploads. God bless you.